This is Rocco with Jam Man. Is with Escape the Hive. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. Happy to say.
How's
How
life?
are you? How are
Pardon?
you?
How am I?
Yeah,
I'm doing good. Just got done out of jiu-jitsu, so
good for you. What what got you into jujitsu?
uh, kickboxing. I do MMA, so I wanted to
Nice.
get more grappling in, so I did some jiu-jitsu.
Good for you. Where are you calling from?
Um, I'm from Buffalo.
Buffalo, New York. Okay, I've been there. Played there. I don't remember the name of the club, but we played there.
So for those who are watching and unfamiliar with you, can you tell me all about yourself?
Well, I don't know if I can tell you all about myself, but I can tell you some about myself. How about there? Start there. Um, I'm. My name is Michael Thomas Beck. I'm the singer in a band called Escape the Hive. Um, we just put a new record out. What was it? Last Friday, September 15th. So we're all pretty excited about that, as am I. Um, it's on the through Vanity Music, Shock Records, and distributed through Sony Music. And kind of a 70s based hard rock band, I guess is the best way to describe it.
And your new single is Separate Lives. So this song was written for a while and you finally did something with it.
Yeah, it had been kind of floating around for a bit. Um, it actually had been tossed around in the band I was in previously by, and then it just kind of worked with this one. I've always thought it was a good song. I kind of wanted to let it roll again with this band, with this act, and it really all came together pretty quickly.
Did you leave your lady and write this?
Did I what?
Did you leave your lady and write this?
No, it's quite the opposite actually, because the song is all about choices, and that if you made choices back then, what would you be thinking about them today? So my thought was, I've been actually been married for a long time, and my wife's been through my whole career for the most part, um, other than the very first part of it. So my thought in writing the song, as far as the lyrics to begin with, was what would my life be like if I hadn't met her? If I or if I, I'm sorry, if I had met her, but I chose to walk away, because back at that time, my career was very important to me, and she's luckily for me, she understood that. That's why we're still together. But it it got me to thinking of what my life would be if I had walked away from that relationship, and separate lives. Where would you be now? What would you be doing? Would I be still be thinking about you? That type of thing.
And your debut album just came out last week, right?
Yeah, on Friday, September 15th. So it is available now.
How were fans responding so far?
It's been really good so far. We just got off tour a couple of weeks ago, maybe a little more than a week ago, um, and the response was really great then. But the early reviews that have come in have been, I mean, they've kind of blown us away. To tell you the truth, they've been really good. So we're really looking forward to going back out on the road and showing it to fans firsthand.
Did you have a huge party to celebrate?
No, too early to have a party yet. But once the record comes out and does well everywhere, then we'll look at party.
What do you think about AI?
I hate it.
You hate AI. You hate
I
it.
hate AI. It doesn't make any sense to me. I get the concept of it, but I think anytime that you're trying to replace um, the way your brain thinks with the machine, you're getting into Terminator territory, and that's bad.
What was life like for you on the road?
Um, I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't like road life. I do. Um, it's it can be boring at times. Excuse me, it can be kind of boring at times, but I've always liked it. It's life on the road is you're either really busy and you're already late and you're trying to make it somewhere, or you're bored as can be. And um, I like both. So I really like being on the road, and especially being on the road with this band. I've been on the road with a lot of other bands before, but this band in particular, if we're not playing, we're usually laughing about something. So it's a good time with good people, and that makes it much better.
What's the best venue you've ever played?
The best, the best what that I've ever played?
The venue.
Well, I don't know. It's not really about the venue. It's more about the crowd that's in it. Um, so I don't know what that would be. We got to play the back in April. My very first concert when I was probably your age was a band opening for Rush on the Hemispheres tours, a band called Angel, and we got to play the Whiskey Go Go in Los Angeles, opening for Angel. So that one was pretty special to me because of the Angel part, and because it was the whiskey, and because it was this band. So it was that one I would have to say would be right up
What's the worst?
there. With this band, I haven't really had one.
Yeah.
um, but I don't know. It's the worst the worst gig I've ever had. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, you always learn something out of some of them, but I can give you one, and it wasn't really a. I don't know if you could call it a bad gig, but when I was first with playing with Jakey Lee, our our very first gig was in Miami. We went on way later than we were supposed to. It was kind of a fiasco as we went on. Jake's cabinet blew up. The bass didn't sound very good because it had been cooked all day, and I I missed. I couldn't hear what song we were on because everything was in noise. All I could hear was the drums, and I sang the lyrics to another song off the song rather than the song that we were doing, just through like the first part of the first verse. But after that, everything went great, and the whole show was good. But that 10 or 15 seconds was scary.
What is on your rider?
Usually starts out with just food in general. Um, I mean, anymore, if we're getting fed, we're usually pretty happy. So there's not a lot on the rider except food, the basic equipment that we need, and the closer people get to the rider, the happier we play, for sure, because a lot of it has to be with the gear and stuff like that.
Do you have a ritual before you go on stage?
I do. Um, yeah, I being a singer, I have to warm up and warm my voice up. So I go through a couple of different things, go through some scales and just kind of get my voice warmed up. But I don't want to blow the whole room out and make everybody close their ears when I'm trying to warm up and sing. So I usually go someplace and I kind of put a pillow over my face. So not a lot of people can hear me. And I sing Lights by Journey. That's kind of my warm up.
Ever have a crazy interaction with a fan before?
Yes. um, I mean, I was a singer when things were back in the 80s and it was a different time and before I was married, and those were all, they'd make me blush too.
What is your favorite memory from playing the show?
Um, well, we just did a run through uh, the Midwest, and we did some dates in Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska originally, Nebraska and Iowa area. So, and I hadn't played back there for a long time, since we moved to Phoenix, which was in 1994. So it had been 30 years. So being able to go back there and play some of those places that through that area that I'd played when I was younger was that was a pretty good experience, and one I'm really happy about. And I'm sure we'll go back there, but going back there the first time after so long was pretty cool.
What is your worst memory from playing the show then?
Um, ooh, it'd probably be the Miami gig, the
Oh,
Red Dragon Cartel. Yeah, it'd be the same one.
what do you do on your downtime for fun?
I have kind of a weird thing that if we have some time off and I can kind of get out of the hotel or get out of the van or get out of the bus or whatever the case might be, the thing I like to do to kind of not just unwind, but to really kind of find out what kind of place I'm in, whether it be in New York or Oklahoma, or Nebraska or Arizona or Texas or whatever it is. The thing I like to do is I like to walk through neighborhoods, just regular neighborhoods, because when you look at houses like that in different states and different cities, it gives you a pretty good idea of kind of where you're at and who the people that you're playing to. So that's kind of one of my favorite things.
What is next for you?
So we just released the record. Video is out now too. So if you check on YouTube, the video for Separate Lives is up. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. The next thing is going back out on the road. We had some dates kind of fall through here this fall, which is a bummer. But one of the dates that is still around is in December at the Whiskey again, with Burning Witches. So I'm looking forward to that one, and really just getting back out on the road and playing these songs live. That's what's next, and I'm really looking forward to that.
How do my followers follow you?
Facebook is always good. We're usually pretty active on there, but and you can find this on Facebook or just through the internet. There's a thing called Linktree that most people are familiar with, and all our stuff is up there. So if you want to listen to the record on Apple, it's through Linktree. If you want to listen to it on Amazon, it's through Linktree. If you want to order the brand new CD and find out, where some tour merch is and get yourself some, you can do all that through Linktree. So that would be the best place to follow us because it'll tell you where we're going to be at any given time.
Any cool merch?
Yeah, we just got brand new tour shirts right before this last tour. So they're pretty cool, actually. They kind of tie in with the This Is Gonna Sting, which is the name of the record. So there's a couple of bees fighting on it. And yeah, they turned out pretty cool.
You know you're gonna have to hook up your boy with some fresh gear, bro.
I might have to do that. You're right.
So, fun question time. You're on death row and it's time for your final meal. What's on the menu?
Steak.
Steak. Good
Yeah,
choice, bro. Good
yeah.
choice.
The rest of the stuff is just fixins, but it's steak.
So it's death row and time is over. How are you getting executed in prison?
Well, I doubt that would be up to me. So there you go.
You would just choose random? You let it be random?
Well, if it was my choice, it'd be death by sex. So let's go
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
superpower. That's actually a question that I've thought about some. And I don't know, because, most people would say like invisibility would be great, or being able to read somebody's mind, or I don't know. I kind of think to be given that much power would be also too much information. So I'm not sure I'd want a superpower. I think I already have one. I'm a singer in a band that I really dig. That's got to be my superpower.
Okay, let's say you could choose any song ever written by any band and you can change that song to where you're the one who wrote it and it was your song. What song would it be and why?
Uh, well, I don't know. I mean, I like writing my songs. I like listening to other people's songs, but I like, again, I would be afraid it would change how I write. So, but there's a lot of there's a lot of songs that that you kind of hear and you go, wow, I wish I wrote that. Or maybe that's what you kind of mean. I Jane by Jefferson Starship is one of my favorite songs. I really like that one. The vocal on it from Mickey Thomas is super cool. There's a lot of Kansas is one of my favorite bands. So I would say The Wall is one of my favorite songs from them. I would that's that influenced me enough in hearing it that I kind of, at least I think I kind of write like that anyway. So I look at songs more like that than, that should be mine. I kind of look at it as influences in that I've brought into my writing, and I enjoy them more as a listener.
All right, thank you for being on my show. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope we talked at the backstage at one of your shows. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you.
It says that you show up, I'll get you there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, man.
You have a good night.
You have a good night too. Thank you.
See ya.